Okay, so also in the Master Edit website, I'm going to start putting all of my video lessons there. So just be an easy way to go and see all the videos you want to watch, and I'll also be adding articles, how-to articles and stuff. So check back there and at the Master Edit website, and also check out the software. It's really cool. So I know that one of her weaknesses, then, my elf's weaknesses, is that she is afraid to use her lightning power. Another weakness is that she doesn't have courage. She's shy. And also it's one of her fears. So notice how they're related, that either one of her weaknesses can lead to her fears can lead to one of her weaknesses, or they can be one and the same thing, but they link together. One leads to the other. So her fear of using her lightning powers leads to her weakness of being able to defend herself with it or use it and stick up for herself, whatever. So one leads to the other. And so if you figure out what her fear is going to be, you can usually start deriving the weaknesses from that. Or if you figure out one of her weaknesses, you can derive one of her fears from that. I haven't decided on any of her other fears yet, but I'll probably do that as the story goes, and I'll be like, I need her to fear this, and then I'll go back to that part and think about it. So it's good to run through this process. I might decide what her fears are when I get up here or when I get in this part of the story. Then I can go back and rearrange my structure and my outline to calculate that fear in and make sure that she acts according to that fear, that nothing's out of place. And then that's why you want to flesh all this out before you begin writing. So I know also that I need other main characters also. I need allies. But before I go into that, I'm going to go into one of the things she needs, obviously, is courage to overcome this thing. So what's her desire? Well, her desire in the beginning, obviously, is just to be noticed and to be able to overcome this fear of her lightning powers and be able to use it. But I need an ultimate goal. So what's going to be her ultimate goal? What's going to happen? This is where I kind of need to start thinking about my, what's the conflict going to be? I need to think about what my theme's going to be. I need to think about my story now. What's going to happen with my main character? And I've decided that what happens is there's this creature called the Eater of Souls. Now, she doesn't know this and what he is. I'm not sure exactly what part of the story I'm going to reveal what he is, but at some point of the story I will reveal what he is. And actually, really quick, I wanted to show you one of the characters I came up with. So if you're an artist, you might want to do this, do really quick character sketches. But if not, you can do a quick character sketch with words by thinking of cool descriptions that will describe your character. But if you can just draw it all to just come up with an idea for your character, to sometimes just sketching is a cool way to come up with ideas. And actually, I end up coming up with this idea with his arms growing out of his head by sketching, by drawing character creation. And then I thought that's going to be really cool, and I thought of a couple scenes where that can come in handy with his hands on his head. Just thought this is really interesting, weird character. He's going to be kind of like comic relief, sort of. So, okay, so that's one of the characters I came up with. So the goal then is going to be, it's going to involve, the final battle is going to involve this Eater of Souls. And so I've decided one of the things that starts happening in the beginning of the story then, between here and here, and then this is when her true desire is revealed. But so we're going to go what the desire is and how you're going to see how they're linked together. So what's happening is the Eater of Souls is doing that. He's eating souls. He's taking souls for energy because he's trying to escape some sort of prison. And in order to escape this prison, he needs a certain amount of energy, a certain amount of power. So he takes these souls to get his power. And what she starts noticing, or well, not just she, but the people of her people start noticing, is this one person becomes catatonic, but it's a weird kind of catatonia. It's kind of I kind of got the idea thinking about Serpent in the Rainbow, this supposedly real powder they have that the voodoo people use, and they blow it on you, and it kind of puts you into this zombie-like state where you just kind of walk around and like a zombie, you're like, and anyway, it makes you look like you're dead. So sometimes they would actually accidentally bury these people, and then they were still alive though. They were just in this weird zombie-type state, and I thought that'd be kind of cool. So I wanted this catatonia where they're not responsive. You can wave your hand in front of them, they don't respond to it. But if you put food in their mouth, they'll eat it like a person with catatonia. So you put the food in their mouth, and they automatically eat it. You don't have to feed them through tubes or anything. And they find one of these people just walking around and bumping into trees and bumping into houses and stuff. And it's like, what's wrong with this person? They're like really sick or something. They get the medicine man, the healing elf guy. I'm gonna kind of have some Native American shaman type attributes to my lightning elves, and so that either that or India. I like using a lot of India type culture and stuff and mixing with my people. But either way, it'll be kind of like a medicine type man. And he doesn't know what's gone. He doesn't know what's wrong. He can't figure it out. He's like, there's no one home or something. And maybe a witch doctor does kind of hint at it that like no soul, and like, oh, you crazy kind of person. What do you mean no soul? He's alive. There has to be a soul there. But anyway, so and then more of these people start showing up. It's almost like it's a disease, and they start getting scared. Like we need to close this off, whatever. So somewhere at the 10% mark, then is she needs to be presented with some sort of opportunity, and the opportunity is that she needs to go and like maybe find the medicine man or something. And she has to go to another. It's forbidden, but I haven't really decided this yet. But there's another elves, and I haven't really decided who they are. But these other elves, one of the main characters, anyway, her name, I'm like jumping all over the place because that's how my brain works. Her name is Skyla. They name their children after like common things, kind of like the Native Americans do. So they name her Skyla after the sky, and they named one of the main characters, the guy character that ends up going along with her, is also an elf, but he belongs to the water elves. I wanted an elemental elf that doesn't agree with lightning. So I thought, well, what would disagree with lightning? What wouldn't get along with lightning? Well, water doesn't get along with lightning, and that's an element. So they're the water elves. They can like produce water and create water and control water and stuff. It's I don't know. It's either that or something else that conflicts with lightning. Hey, leave a comment if you can think of some element or some cool kind of elf that would have powers to control something that would disagree with lightning. That lightning and they don't get along anyway. So these two tribes don't get along very well, and they're actually forbidden to go into each other's areas. They like made an agreement not to do that. Sort of like in Romeo and Juliet, the two families don't get along with Romeo and Juliet's family. Anyway, so his name is Cloud. That they name, like I said, they name their kids after things. So his name is Cloud, and he's of like the water elves. So I'm gonna go with water elves for now. And I need to get to here. I need to think of what happens. I don't need to plot out, but I need to think of the desire that leads to the goal, and the goal is going to be to fight and to stop this creature. So I know what my goal is. My goal is she needs to face the Eater of Souls, and she needs to stop the Eater of Souls, from eating all these souls. But what she needs a desire that's strong enough to pull her through all the crap she has to go through to get to that goal. And I know she has to go through a lot of crap to get there. And I need to think of a desire that's strong enough to push her to her goal. And this is why it's good to know the goal first. Or to know your desire first. If you know your desire first, a really strong desire, then you can think of a goal. But they need to be related. The desire has to be strong enough and believable enough to lead that main character to the goal. So I thought, she's like shy and stuff. So it's kind of problematic, right? Well, she's shy. She doesn't really know what would she really do this? And what I decided is that her mother first contacts what they at first kind of think might be a disease, and I'm not sure if they either ask her to go to the water elves, or if she just decides to break the rules and go to the water elves because she needs to follow someone there, and that's when she meets up with Cloud. But and they kind of figure it can't just, if it's a disease, it's in more than one area, and it's not like spreading like a disease spread. It's not working like a disease works. So anyway, so her desire needs to be strong enough so her mother contacts this disease as she thinks it is, or they might think it is, but she has her doubts about whether it's a disease. She kind of starts really thinking about it, and maybe that's one of her strengths, is she's like good with medicines and diseases. Not with medicines, she like kind of understands diseases and how they work. Anyway, so time is just about up, so I'll go ahead and do my closing out thing. Thank you, and come back for the next part, and click on the link for Master Edit in the description. Thank you.